Hi everyone. Hello. How's it going? Dr. Zelina here with Acuvida. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Dr. Zelina here with Acuvida. Happy Monday. Welcome. This is Conversations to Empower, an IG live series dedicated to uplift, inspire, and empower you all during these times of uncertainty. I'm Dr. Zelina. I am a doctor of acupuncture and natural medicine. For those of you that don't know me, I used to have lupus, and that is how I got started on my healing journey, and as well as my journey to becoming a doctor and a mother as well. We are almost at the tail end of June. We just have a couple of days left in the month of June. How is June treating you guys? So for those of you that don't know, Conversations to Empower is a series that I started during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is a series dedicated to uplift and inspire and empower you all with the information that you need to take charge of your health and not give in to this fear-based mentality. I want you guys, and I encourage you guys, highly encourage you guys to please empower yourselves with boosting your health, boosting your immunity. There are major risk factors for falling ill with coronavirus or any other illness. And I want to empower you with the information that you need so that you don't fall into that category of being susceptible, of having those risk factors, so that if you do get the coronavirus, you're going to be okay. Remember, everybody, that getting any illness is not a death sentence, and you are in charge. You are empowered. You are in the driver's seat. You control your body and you control your healing. You can heal on your own terms if you believe and if you are ready to take on that challenge. So, I'm living proof of that. I used to have lupus. I was diagnosed in 2007 when I was about 28. And that's how I discovered natural healing. I discovered natural healing, natural medicine. I discovered acupuncture. I discovered herbal medicine. I discovered plant medicine. I discovered shamanic medicine. I discovered so much through my journeys: meditation, yoga, spirituality, all play a role in healing. And they all matter. They all matter in your healing journey. So I want to encourage you guys all to please continue to prioritize your healing. If you are listening to me now, it means that you do care about your healing. You are looking for natural alternatives beyond the pharmaceutical drugs, beyond surgery, and beyond what science may tell us. Science is great. I studied science in my doctorate program and my master's program, so science is important and it's necessary, absolutely. So is Western medicine, and so are pharmaceutical drugs when appropriate. Those interventions are necessary when appropriate. However, it is not always necessary to go there for the first line of defense. Your first line of defense can be, your own healing powers, your own innate healing powers. Innate means that it's natural and it's organic and you have it within you to heal. So there are several different ways to do that. Herbal medicine, nutrition and diet, how you're moving your body or not moving your body. Meditation is so powerful, so amazing. There are so many ways for you guys to really empower yourselves to take control of your healing. I want to encourage you guys to get out of that fear-based mentality that the mainstream media continues to force upon everybody. There are a lot of statistics out there that are very positive as far as how to treat illnesses, including coronavirus. So again, if you get the coronavirus, it is not the end of the world. It is not a death sentence. One of the major risk factors is obesity, heart disease, and a history of respiratory condition. So if you have the power now in your hands to, if you're not ill, now is the time to boost your health and boost your immunity so that when you do fall ill, you will recover okay with just some rest and some herbs and natural medicines. It's absolutely possible. If any of you guys remember, about a month ago, I had a guest here on, I was chatting with her on IG Live about a month ago. She got the coronavirus, and so did her two sisters. And she recovered really well, and all was good because she had a very healthy diet. She boosted her immune system. She practiced things like meditation, and she was fine. So I encourage you guys all to take control of your healing, get out of that fear-based mentality, and have fun with your healing. So without further ado, our guest is here to join us very soon. I just want to tell you guys about today's guest. Her name is Gia, and she built her fitness conglomerate based on years of being a personal trainer and through her own fitness and healing journey. And here she is.
How are you, doll?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Just trying to hang in there. I just got back from Rejuvenation Center, actually.
I saw your stories. I saw you were there. I was like, oh, I wish I had known she was going to be there. How's it
I know I
going?
asked I know I asked about you, but they said that you come in only Wednesdays and Thursdays, I think, right?
Yeah. So after the pandemic, I just reduced my hours because I'm doing a lot more virtual work. And so I'm only there 2 days out
Mm-hmm.
of the week working with patients. But yeah, so till the end of the month, by the way, till July.
I know I heard you're moving to Palm Springs.
Well, not exactly.
Oh, okay, okay. That's what I thought they said.
It's just that I'm focusing more on the virtual stuff. So I it doesn't make sense for me to rent that space for 2 days when they could really use the space. So I'm going to be working at
Okay.
home mostly. But let's
Oh,
talk about
nice.
you. So I was just introducing you to the crew, everybody there.
It's frozen. You're frozen. You're frozen. Can you hear
Um,
me?
and so Gia, we met at the clinic, obviously. But why don't you tell us about that? I'm here.
Do you think your reception's good? Okay.
Are we good?
I think so. I think we're good. You guys tell us
Okay.
in the comments if we're good. If you guys can hear us good, if you guys can see us not frozen, tell us in the comments. I think so.
I think we're good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We got a thumbs up. All right. Thank you,
Cool.
Sunshine. Well,
So tell us a little bit about your healing journey and how you got started in fitness.
my healing journey is still in process. I think a healing journey is something that you kind of go through your whole life, because there's layers as you heal. Just like our skin has layers when it heals, our spirit and soul, it has layers. So, I mean, I got into fitness because my initial, my initial problems, I guess, with my self-image issues, just being a curvier woman. I really hated my body when I first started working out, and eventually, just through my healing process, the last 10 plus years in fitness, I finally started to see that there was more than just the self-image issues. There was self-talk that I needed to transform. um I grew up with a very negative narcissistic father, and he just was very insulting when I would gain weight, and so those voices kind of stayed in my head for a long time. But yeah, just meeting other strong, powerful women, constantly training my mind, my body, my spirit, And something that I never gave up on, even when I would mess up or, you know, take steps back, I always kind of learned to pick myself back up and just keep going, you know? So the healing journey is still in process. Um, I'm still learning to love and value myself. And, you know, even recently I discovered that I still have thoughts that I don't believe I deserve better. You know, I thought about, you know, I got back with my ex for lots of times, and even just in that relationship I realized I didn't believe that I deserve better, and I still struggle with that, which is why I'm still single. Because I'm still learning to believe that I do deserve better. I'm a good woman, I love and I'm kind, but I can't save everybody. And that's, I think, what's important for a lot of us to learn is that we can't save people. We can only save ourselves, you know? I can't hear you.
Um,
I can.
I was just saying, and we also can't expect others to save us either. No one's going to save us. No relationship, no family member. Having a baby's not going to save us. Getting married isn't going to save us. And I think a lot of us unknowingly, you know, unconsciously, we look for partners or look for friends to fill the needs that were not fulfilled when we were children. And that's through no fault of our own. There's science and there's theories that our old brain, which is the reptilian brain, which is kind of like very emotional, very just like a child,
Mm-hmm.
is looking to match those exact characteristics of the types of parents that we had. And so I'm really glad that you're talking about this, because this is exactly where a lot of people are right now, with this pandemic, with this being more at home and social distancing. We're forced to look at ourselves and look at our shit. And, you know, myself included. And I'm glad that you mentioned that the healing journey never stops. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lifelong process. And it is layers. It is layers. And I think we start on the surface where, you know, we're working on our fitness, we're working on our health, our hygiene, eating better, sleeping well, taking our, you know, vitamins, and all of that is great. And that's just kind of scratching the surface. But as you get deeper and you go deeper into your journey, you discover, like, oh my God, I have negative self-talk. And that's probably why, you know, I can't attract certain things, and I can't go beyond the success I've experienced thus far. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you want to create more success for yourself, whatever that looks like, you know, in your personal life, your professional life. But we're stuck in these same thought patterns from previous. And that's what keeps us not progressing further. And especially for, you know, women and women of color, there's so many barriers, which, you know, you touched on it a little bit talking about your father. You know, fathers don't always have, they're not always in touch with their feminine side, so they don't know how to say the right
Oh yeah.
things.
It's like machista, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
My dad
rough.
was very, very masculine. But honestly, you know what's funny is that I learned something, and you can maybe tell me what you've learned about this. My dad's emotional, crazy energy and just super narcissistic and emotionalness. I heard that that is a more feminine energy, because the feminine energy is a little bit cray cray. So he definitely had an imbalance, and he wasn't in touch with masculine or
Yeah.
feminine. I think he was just, you know, just kind of trying to get by, which is how a lot of our parents are, coming from another country, you know. So it's different. But what have you learned with the feminine, and can you explain to them like what you know about what does the feminine energy look like and what does the masculine energy look like, so that a man that wants to get in touch with one or the other can realize what he's lacking?
Well, it definitely helps to have a woman, you know, that they look up to, that they admire, to kind of, I don't know, like look at as a role model. You know, like if they had a really strong mother figure and their relationship with their mother is solid, that's definitely helpful. But that's
Mm,
the first place to look at, is the relationship with their mother or the other women in their life.
mm-hmm.
and as far as like the differences between divine feminine and divine masculine, I think the most basic way to look at it is if you think about the yin and yang theory, which for us in Chinese medicine is the foundation, it's the basics.
Mm-hmm.
So women are more yin and men are more yang. Yin would equal nighttime, introversion, the new moon, wintertime, whereas yang would be like summer, like full moon, like full blown, like let's make it an epic night, like
Mm-hmm.
let's just get on the horse and run.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas yin, we're like more like take a chill pill, like go within.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I think women tend to be more heart based. And I'll break it down in science. As far as science is concerned, like women are more driven by our hormones estrogen,
Mm-hmm.
whereas men are super driven by testosterone for most of their lives. Their
Uh,
estrogen doesn't raise until their 50s or 60s.
oh.
And the testosterone and the vasopressin, which are the two major hormones that drive men's attitudes and behaviors, all have to do with like, sexual energy, competition, those primal instincts of being a provider, of being the best, of like fighting, of like, being the biggest in the room, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you think
Mm-hmm.
about the lion in the pack, the
Yeah.
lion always has to be first. That's how
Yeah.
men operate. That's how
That
men
makes
operate.
sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have some guys over here saying they're a good catch. Awesome.
I know. I know.
Being
Guys, I wish I was ready to date. I wish. I know. I've been asked that a lot and people are always like, "How are you still single?" Honestly, like I keep attracting not my right match, and that's kind of how I know that I'm still not ready to date. Which is it's really hard. It's a hard pill to swallow because it's so much easier to just pick a guy and date him, but I'm just gonna relive all my dysfunction and it's hard to just be single, but I just need to keep working on my self-talk because like I said, I just recently discovered within the last couple days that I still don't believe that I deserve better than, my last relationship. And I still kind of wanted to save him, and that's I'm still discovering that. I'm still learning that, oh wow, Gia, you still don't think you deserve somebody amazing, somebody that's going to provide for you, not just provide financially, but emotionally, spiritually, make me a better person. Like I'm so used to being the positive, the fitness person, the one that helps people lift themselves up. And I don't believe that I deserve that type of man in my life too. And I know girls in good relationships and they're like, Gia, you do deserve it. And they tell me how amazing these relationships are with them. They're always like, it feels so good to have someone having my back. And these are other powerful women that, that have their own brands and just like me, we work really hard. And they always tell me, they're like, it's amazing to have that in your life, to be able to trust somebody that's not going to be out there freaking sleeping around with everything that walks. Like I still don't believe it. And it sucks because I do meditation, I've done hypnosis, I've done everything possible. And I believe she deserved better. So I believe the same. And it's really hard to change your beliefs. It's really, really hard.
You said it's imprinted in your DNA, and that's absolutely 100% true. There's enough evidence out there to suggest that what we take on as children, later on as adults, a lot of traumas get stored in our DNA, and they're not even ours. So sometimes we
Mm-hmm.
feel and we act in these patterns that were not necessarily learned, they were inherent. But there are ways, and I'm so glad we're talking about this because this is everything that I've been working on in these
Mm-hmm.
past few weeks. Get to another level. I don't know if you're
Mm-hmm.
familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's a doctor, he's an author, and he's a speaker, and he has a lot when you meditate, but when you are changing your thoughts by
It says your
creating your
sound, they
future.
say that your sound keeps going in and out. I also hear you're
Oh
going in and
no.
out. I don't know what I'm like the sound when you talk. I don't know if it's when I talk, but when
I hear
you're
you
talking,
fine.
it does go. You do hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you fine, and my screen's not frozen or anything.
Okay, yeah, you're not frozen either, but apparently the sound. So,
Sometimes it's this case. Let me take the case off.
okay.
Because my phone gets really hot.
Oh, really?
Then it starts tripping.
Oh, see,
Uh,
it says I'm clear, but when you talk, for some reason, your voice goes in and out. Like right now, I can't hear you again.
well, I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. I thought you moved your mouth. I was like, I can't hear you because your mouth
Can you
moved.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to check the time because I know
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I actually am
window
pretty
temperature.
flexible today, so it doesn't have to be a hard cut at 3. So
Okay,
if
cool.
yeah, if we're talking, it's good. Um, go near you hub. Oh, to the hub
Um,
maybe? How close are you to your internet thing?
it's in the other room.
Oh, maybe you can get closer to it.
Maybe if I just open the door. Is that better?
I think so.
Is that okay?
But DNA imprint though, what's funny though is because of that DNA imprint, we are more instinctual than we think. Do you know what I mean? Like we think we have this free will and we get to choose, and we do get to choose a lot of things, but because of this DNA imprint, I instinctually go to toxic men. And
Yeah.
it takes me to be very conscious to be like, wait a minute, I see the patterns, and then I stop talking to the guy. I've been better about it, but instinctually, it's like I'll go into a room, and if there's 100 men in the room, I instinctually, without even talking to the guy, I go straight to the toxic one. And what I mean by toxic, I mean controlling, insecure, machista, cheater, liar, bad integrity, like just the worst of the worst. And it's crazy how that happens. So you were saying something about meditation. So maybe do I just need more meditation? Like tell me how I can keep fixing myself. I need to be toxic now. Exactly, Tony. If you want me to like you, you got to be toxic. It's sad. I can't hear you again. Dang it.
More meditation
Maybe
in
you
your
need to
life.
go to an
More.
intelligence one. More meditation, right?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but let me see.
Okay, good.
Um, sorry.
So
So
more meditation, huh?
more meditation is really important and really helpful. Um, definitely. And I think you're doing a really good job of being mindful and being ready where you're at, because
Yeah.
it takes practice. It's not going to happen overnight. And it takes time to reprogram years of programming. You know what I mean?
I know. And somebody's saying, past Demi is saying, it's mentioned that girl's relationship with her father influences her choice of choosing men. And that's 100%. My dad, I love him, but he was a fucking asshole. Still
Yeah.
is. I love him, but he still is. And I'm drawn to assholes. It's like when I meet nice guys, I'm like, ugh, I have no chemistry with him. And it's because I'm used to chemistry with somebody toxic, somebody that's a fucking asshole. And you know what I mean? That's like an asshole's like doesn't care about how you feel, is like never caring. Like you could literally break your leg in front of them and they'll be like, walk it off. I did that in soccer. I literally broke my ankle and my dad's like, walk it off. And then that ended my soccer career because he made me go back into a championship game that I should not have played in, and I had to stop playing soccer after that. So it's like I don't know like how much more meditation I need to be doing. I
Yeah.
do it every day, girl. Every day I've done hypnosis. I've done, and it's been years. It's been years that I've been on this journey, and I still don't feel like I'm ready to be with someone, which really sucks. You can't hear you.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean,
know
all I can
why.
say is hang in there because it does get easier, I think, you know? Oh no, not again.
Oh,
How
cognitive,
about
yeah, yes,
is this
cognitive
better?
behavioral therapy I actually heard is really,
Cognitive
really good.
behavioral therapy. Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So cognitive behavioral therapy, the way it works is
Yes, you're finally clear. Yes.
it will help you change your thought patterns. It will
Yes.
help you become more aware, more conscious of them, and will help you change your thought patterns. Um,
Yeah, it can correct my
but
perception. Yeah,
it
correcting
is
my
a
perception.
it is a practice, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not a one size fits all approach. Everybody has different modalities that work for them, and sometimes you need several. You know, you need someone to do some body work, and you need some Reiki, or you need some acupuncture, or you need some womb healing. You
I've done all that too, just so you know. I've done womb healing, I've done acupuncture with you, I've done energy work. I have literally done everything but cognitive therapy. I have not done cognitive therapy, and I actually just learned about cognitive therapy on a video on YouTube. But I've
yeah,
done all of it. Like I've done healing, I've done crystals, I mean, like I said, hypnosis to reprogram my brain. I journal.
have
I
you
mean,
ever
I'm
tried
doing
ever,
everything.
ever tried to get deeper into the psyche with things like medicine ceremonies or EMDR or ETT?
I have done some medicines to kind of take me into like a deeper, like a psyche hypnosis. I have done some medicine, some medicines. I have. And they have helped me to reprogram my brain in the sense of like, I feel confident in myself. This is how I've been able to achieve my career because that also my dad affected me in the sense he made me believe he always used to tell me like I couldn't have my own business and I needed to be in an office. And so with my business, I was able to reprogram my brain to believe like, no, I can do it. Even though I'm a woman, I can do it. And that belief went all the way in. And that's how I'm able to live how I live. So I have been able to reprogram some things, but when it comes to men, I still have the same perceptions and the same cognitive behavior with men. But with my business, like I said, I changed completely. Like at the beginning, when I first started my channel, I didn't believe I can do this, but I just kept going because God kept just giving me the next step and more belief. And I'd have people telling me they believed in me. And, my YouTube channel grew so fast. So just in itself, that gave me the confirmation that like, you're doing what you need to be doing on this planet. And so that type of meditation I'm good at, but maybe I just haven't found the right, like you said, the right procedure or the right steps for me to change my perception with or my subconscious with men. Yeah, see, it's saying that it could be in my subconscious. It takes you to great, yeah, it's definitely in my subconscious.
Yeah, the subconscious is the part of our brain where we have very little control over sometimes. Um, but once we become conscious, once we become aware and mindful, which is where you're at, you're starting to be more mindful and be more aware. And,
Mm-hmm.
same with me, I'm mindful, more aware. It becomes, we have to keep practicing it and keep repeating that behavior until it becomes second nature to reprogram our brains and reprogram our subconscious.
Yes, because
Um,
I have heard speakers. I have heard
even
speakers
movement
talk about
meditations
changing your subconscious.
are amazing. Like when I was training for my triathlon, I was moving, like literally moving.
Uh-huh. I know you froze for like a whole minute or a whole 30 seconds with repetition. Repetition, repetition. And you're right, you said it, movement, because our mind is not just in our brain.
Yep.
Our mind there's an intelligence in our entire body, in every cell of our body. So I haven't found the movement to reprogram my body still because my mind is there. My mind is like mind over matter. I could do this, hasn't fully transformed.
Right, right. keep at it. Incorporating movement into your meditations, like, or maybe I should rephrase that: incorporating meditation into your training sessions.
I've had started doing that. I have started doing that. Like while I'm running, I've started listening to a guided meditation where it's like you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Be thankful for your problems. They make you better and you're growing and I love myself. And like I have started, but just recently. So that kind of may start to create some changes, but like you said, it doesn't happen right away. You know, it takes time for your body to remember and for the intelligence in your body, you know, the mind that we have in our body for it to eventually start to take an effect. It's about 1% of each cell in your body that retains memory. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, it says Vipassana. Do you know what Vipassana meditation is? Do you know what that is? No. I'll have to look that up. I can't hear you again though.
Right.
I'm like, your sound is tough. I can't hear you. I'm like, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
It's been taught even before Buddha. I'm gonna write that down actually. Hold on. I'm gonna write it down so I can look it up later. Where did it go? Oh,
Yeah. You got
VIP Bapa
Vipassana. No, I
SSANA
have not heard of.
Vipassana. I'm gonna write it down and look it up later.
I don't.
Thank you, Pastimi has been giving us some knowledge. Thank you for sharing your knowledge,
No, but
Pastimi.
it sounds good.
We appreciate you. Oh,
Sounds good though.
is silent meditation tradition. That's what it says. Vipassana,
I
Vipassana.
know. Hey, baby. I've been having, I've been having trouble with the IG lives for always, no matter
Really?
where I'm at, and no matter how
Oh,
close or far. You still?
that's so weird. You just keep freezing. I can hear your voice sometimes, but then it looks like you're not talking. I'm like, it's hard. And you know what it is too, though? I think a lot more people are just doing live streaming. I think the system may be having like difficulty also.
No matter where I'm at, I've done it in different
Yeah.
places, uh, and it's always freezing. I updated. Like my phone is cool, the internet's
Yeah,
cool. I
they're
don't
saying it's
understand.
probably your network supplier. If you don't have, I have pretty fast internet speed. I don't know how your internet. Really?
So do I. It's it's the 5G. It's that 5G that they're installing. They're breaking down
Uh,
everybody's internet. I mean, everyone I know has been having issues
yeah,
with their
that's
internet.
true.
So, anyway, yeah, keep up with the meditation. You got this. And I mean, remember how badass you are, and you've created this empire, this fitness conglomerate all on
I
your own.
know.
I think sometimes our bodies and our minds and our hearts are only able to do so much at
That's
one
true.
time, and the reason sometimes we're not ready to attract other things into our life because we just don't have the time and the
That's
space
true.
for it. And one of my therapists was telling me is because, like, I don't have a lot of friends, and I'm also not in a relationship, um and I'm always like, I have friends from my past that I feel like we've kind of outgrown each other, but there's still a little bit of a bond. But I feel like I'm ready for new people in my life, like new things. And she's like, you have to be patient. Once you start being the change you want to see, like, everything in your world starts to change. And it's true. Things started to change.
Yeah. So for those that kind of are having trouble listening, It's just basically I'm not ready to attract that person yet. And our body, mind, and spirit can only do so much. That's definitely true. I have, thank God I've been able to build this fitness empire that I have always dreamt about. But I always think, like, how could I have done that and had a relationship at the same time? That's a lot of work. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel now that I'm established, I definitely feel like there's space, but there's still work in my mind, being my body and everything that I still have to do, and now I have more time, especially during quarantine. Like, that's all I've been doing, girl, is self-care, 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 because that's all we have to do. I tried to get on apps at the beginning of quarantine because I was like, okay, maybe I could, attract a guy now that it's calm, but I was still drawing douchebags. I was still drawing guys that were just fire, and I'm not fire. As much as people think that I'm fire because I'm fire in the gym, like, I'm drawing red when well, I'm red, but I'm drawing red, but I'm really purple. Do you know what I mean? Like, my color is purple, and I'm soft and I'm kind and I'm loving, but I keep drawing red because that's the mask that I wear. I wear this mask online as this fitness badass. That's what I mean. That's literally how they cast me for commercials, is like, we're looking for a fitness badass. So I attract men
Yeah.
that are
Yeah.
expecting this fitness badass, but when Gia turns off, Gia's this kind, like, hey, let's laugh. Yay. You know what I mean? It's not the badass. And so these guys, I've had guys tell me, like, come on, Gia, you're stronger than that. Like, you're this, you're that. And it's like, no, I'm hurting. This hurts. I'm allowed to have feelings. And I heard a therapist talk about that one time, that the mask that we wear, if we're wearing a red mask and we're really purple inside, we're going to draw red. And that's where I feel like I'm not matching, because being an online personality
Yeah.
too, and portraying this fitness person, it does kind of conflict with who I am on an interpersonal level. As an interpersonal level, like, I'm kind, I'm soft, I'm loving, and I want that, but they're expecting this, like, let's be this power couple, you know so that's important to notice too, is like, what mask are we wearing you know Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Making time in creating space, like activities, or, you know, writing poetry. I mean, I don't know, whatever that soft
I
side
have
that,
started writing.
yeah. Yeah. Because
Hmm.
we do need that. We've been living so much in our masculine, especially women who have their own businesses,
Oh
and
yeah,
have to that
100%.
we live too much in our masculine because that's how the world out there is. We've had to be more yang, when really we need to start welcoming the yin aspect of our lives.
Hmm.
Um, let's talk a little bit about how we can incorporate more feminine and yin into our lives. I'm sure some of you guys have heard about Yin Yoga. That's
I
one way to
haven't.
do it. Another really good
Hi, Josh.
way to create balance between yin
Breathing.
and yang,
Yes.
when we inhale and when we exhale. So when you inhale, let's say you inhale for 4 seconds, you want to exhale double the time. So the key is to exhale for longer than you inhale.
Hmm.
When you're exhaling longer, you're able to really let go of that yang energy that we have in our body, and help us to feel more into our body, into our hearts. And it helps calm the nervous system in a way that we're able to get more in touch with our feminine side and our yin side of our bodies. So,
Oh, I never heard of that. I'm definitely gonna do that. I do practice the 4 seconds in and then 4 seconds out, but I've never done the double out. And that makes sense because you want to
super
release
long.
more than take in. How long do you recommend that I do that?
Yes. Yes.
5 minutes.
And that, do it for like 5 minutes, 10 or 12,
Okay.
as long as it takes till you can't exhale anymore. That's going to help you get more into your body, get your body out of that fight or flight system,
Mm-hmm.
and just keep doing it every day, every day. I've noticed I started doing this when quarantine started, and I've noticed such a difference when I start doing that exercise. It really
Yeah.
helps me get more in touch with myself.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me
Yes,
today. This was really, really important to touch on. I think
I
a lot
know.
of us women are in the same boat, you know, and men too. A lot of us wondering what the fuck, you know. But then this is the time to do
Yeah.
it. Um,
Yeah.
this is a time
Exactly.
of great planetary shift, big alignments within our.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
know. I know.
Thank you
Thank you
guys
so
all
much
so much for
too.
watching.
I know.
I
Thank
think
you, John. Thank you,
I
Joshua,
started this.
Tony.
Hopefully, I did, and it'll
I was
be
gonna say,
up.
after all the years following you, Gia, I heard you
Any
cuss. I love
questions,
it.
concerns, comments?
I did cuss. I don't like to cuss though, because cussing,
Sometimes you gotta let go. You gotta
sometimes you
let
just
that
gotta express it. I know. But thank you
go.
guys. And thank you, what is it? Pastimi. Thank you for the insight. I'm definitely gonna look up that meditation. And we'll see each other soon. I do need to come in for another acupuncture facial and my body. So if you're taking people at
Me,
home right now, we need to set that up because I need some more acupuncture.
yeah,
That's
me
part of my
too.
healing. Pascalis. Thank you. All right, so we'll set this up after then,
Yeah,
okay? We'll set up an acupuncture appointment, okay? Bye. Bye, guys.
absolutely. You know I'm here for you, girl.